Senior year. This is it. My last year of high school. Being dual enrolled hasn't been that hard, thankfully. Now I just gotta worry about my college applications and scholarships. Everything is smooth sailing from here.
Huh? What? Huh?
Whoa. And where do you think you're going?
I'm off home to take a break. I did a lot of work over at my school, and I got a test to study for tomorrow. Gotta get an A.
Is that all? What about your capstone? You need to do it or you won't graduate.
Capstone? Oh, yeah. I kind of forgot about that. Though it's kind of interesting that one project dictates if you graduate or not. But I have till graduation, and I already have an idea of what I want to make since we get to pick the projects. So I'm stress-free.
If you say so, kid. You got 2 months to do it.
Come again? 2 months? But I got band practice, a bio test coming up, database code, and they're gone. Well, round 2, I guess.
Hello everyone, Llama back, and as you could guess, this isn't a cringy edit video. This video is similar to my global warming awareness video in most standards. However, the main difference is that I will be talking about my high school experience. If you haven't guessed, I am still in high school. Could tell by the voice and all that, but anyway, in this video, I will be talking about the good, the bad, and the neutral of my high school experience. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if I was the only one talking about this, so I got some of my friends to assist me. They will also be telling their truthful experiences, so I hope you all enjoy. To start, a little background on the type of high school I go to. It has all the great high school necessities: honor classes, AP classes, extracurricular stuff, sports, clubs, you get the idea. However, the big thing about the high school was it allowed us to take actual college classes at the community college, giving us the chance to graduate with not only our high school diploma, but also our associate's degree at the same time. With that pitch, it sounds like an amazing opportunity that no one should give up, and I agree. But that isn't the reason why I went. I went because of how they pitched it. They pitched it that they are a computer and code heavy school, and being the gaming nerd that I am, it felt like the perfect place for me. Now, was it what I expected? Not exactly. To be honest, I kinda expected a school with all sorts of coding and computer classes, but when it turned out to just be a normal high school, it was a bit of a letdown. Oh, and as for that associate's degree, it is there. However, you can only select from a limited selection, and it isn't always guaranteed that everyone gets it. Thankfully, however, I seem to be on pace with my associate degree, as long as I pass my college classes, which should be easy. Hopefully. Speaking of college classes, they are much harder than I thought. You get a lot of freedom, which is great, but you really have to have a lot of self-discipline. However, when you're doing something such as marching band, it really drains you. So if you ever do plan on dual enrolling, whether with your current high school or just on your free time, I highly recommend on working on time management and making sure to keep your mental health up. Anyway, that's enough for me. I could go on and on about all the different stories I have about my school, but I'll do that in a later video. For now, I feel like I should introduce my friends and have them tell their experience. So without further ado, let's get this interview started.
To start, if you may, give us a little background on yourself. Tell us who you are.
My name is Mario Alvarez. I'm currently a junior.
My name is Allison Igor, and I'm currently a senior.
Hello, my name is Kevin G. I do band, I do swimming and diving, this year diving, and I partially run the gaming club.
Alright, I'm Ben. I also like to drive, I like to go to the gym, I like to just relax, play with my dog, and also I like to play an instrument because I'm in the band as well.
It's great to have you all here. So, I'm dying to know, what associate's degree are you going? And what's your pathway?
I am going for my associate's degree. Yes.
I'm also going for it. I was doing the biomedical pathway in P, and I'm currently doing the software engineering pathway.
I'm currently doing web development.
I am.
No.
I am engineering.
It was PLTW until they took it away for some reason. So I don't really have one anymore.
Interesting, interesting. Well then, let's officially get this interview started with the good. So, why did you choose to go to this high school?
So I chose to go to this high school because I was very interested in technology, and I saw that the high school was one of the best to go for somebody who's looking to get into the field, and it would also help us get to an associate's degree through the community college that is in our city, and I wanted to take advantage of that as much as I can.
I thought I could get an associate's degree.
I think I chose because of the allure of the tech field and how I felt as if you couldn't be as successful in the workforce without a technology background. I also chose to do the fact that my sister was going there and she seemed to enjoy it, so I combined both of those ideas and decided to head to see what they had in store for me.
The reason I chose P was because my mother was a former teacher here, and she would tell me about all the opportunities that P has here, and I thought it would be beneficial for me to seize these opportunities here.
I see. And what is one thing that you enjoyed about your high school experience, besides your friends and foods, of course?
I enjoyed getting close with the staff because I feel like I made some good relationships with them, like my counselor, most of my teachers, and even sometimes like the principal is easy to talk to.
Definitely the teachers. At least the ones that we had like last year. Not to say that not some of the new ones I've met aren't cool, but a lot of my good memories come from teachers who used to be here that moved or left.
I enjoy the community here. I think it's a very welcoming community, and there's a lot of very nice teachers here. I've never had that many issues with some teachers.
I would say the maturity levels of the people, they tend to be a bit more mature than most students our age, and I would also say the amount of freedom we sometimes get. They are pretty lenient on what we can and can't do, and we're allowed to have a lot of like free time, and they encourage us to be the best representation of people that we can be. Like all of us are ambassadors, and thus we show ourselves to whoever might be asking.
And out of curiosity, if you are dual enrolled, how is it, and how different is it from just a normal high school experience?
So the way it's different is I come into the building for high school every other day for one period, so it's 82 minutes, where normally I'd be in the building for hours at a time if I were a normal high school student. And I get to enjoy being home more, I have more free time, I get to really understand what college will be like next year when I do go away to a 4-year university. So it's really beneficial to me having this free time, and then also like learning how life will be for the next probably like 3 years.
I get college credits.
So I'm dual enrolled. I have been since sophomore year. I would say it's very interesting because freshman summer it was kind of like I got a curveball thrown at me because I had no idea what to do, and it wasn't until sophomore year that I actually got the hang of it. So I would say it's an okay experience. I have had to balance a lot of things. Like for example, sometimes I can't go to like parties and stuff like that because I have to study for tests. Sometimes I can't go on field trips for that reason. Sometimes I have to balance with work and school and like schedule myself in a way that I can work on some days and then go to my classes on the next. But otherwise, it's been pretty nice and has given me like a background to the college experience that I want to go into.
Dual enrollment is very different from normal high school. I really only had a normal high school during freshman year. After sophomore year, I started taking my college classes during the year, and it is a lot harder and a lot more tough. There's a lot more work that you have to do, and it's a lot of sacrifices for your time. But the positive side is that you're getting these college classes out of the way early, and you don't have to pay for them in the future, so your college life will be a lot easier.
Wow, interesting. And how has your high school experience been so far overall?
What I really like about the high school, like this year, are the open ends and the open beginnings. I get more sleep time, or I get to leave earlier. And I guess really it's just the staff, like the teachers really just make the experience. So that's probably the best part.
So the things that I like about this high school are obviously having really nice friendships here. Like I feel like that I could text anybody that I know and they'd be down to like hang out, work on something, play games, like anything like that. And then like also having the support of the staff behind you. So I can go into any of my teachers' classrooms like 5 minutes from now, and they help me out on something that I need help with.
I'd say it was pretty decent. I consider my sophomore year as my actual first high school year due to like COVID and stuff like that. But besides that being my first actual high school year, I'd say it was decent. I just kept to myself, did a lot of work. I made some friends and like learned a lot about myself and matured.
Me personally, I would say the very beginning of high school was very tough on me, transitioning out of COVID, going straight into high school. It was really hard. I was falling behind a lot in classes and whatnot, and wasn't really socializing as much as I would normally. However, over the years, I made a lot more friends in sophomore year, was going out a lot more, getting my grades up more, and now as a junior, I think I'm doing better than ever than I have in school, and I am actually enjoying school.
Noted. Now then, let us start transitioning into the quote-unquote bad. So, do you feel that you were misled about this high school's program? Or do you feel like you knew everything as soon as you applied?
I didn't really know what I was getting into because like they advertised the school as, you know, you would get your college degree like immediately and you would be like getting all these things like preparations and stuff like that. In reality, they kind of overlooked the density of the process, but they're not going to tell you how much work you have to put in, which is a given because, you know, getting a degree is hard, but they're not going to tell you that you may not get the class that you need. Like, for example, I was put into classes that weren't on my degree path just to fill up the time. And another thing is that you probably won't get the support you need from the school itself, nor will the partner in school, because no one really explained that we were pretty much a section of the bigger high school. So it was kind of just like dealing with ostracization, isolation, and not being able to reach out as much as we should.
I wouldn't necessarily say I was misled by P-Tech's advertisement, solely due to the fact that my mother was a former teacher. So she informed me of all the details relating to the early college path. So I definitely would not say I was misled or didn't know what I was getting myself into.
So I do feel like I was misled into this. When I was first interested in the school, it sounded like that it was definitive, you were definitely going to get your associate's degree, but that's not the case. It really comes down to if you're able to, like when you start taking the classes. So I started the summer after my freshman year, and not everybody did. So that caused a lot of people to drag behind, and they won't be getting their associate's degree on time, which is kind of sad because that's how they get most of the students to come to the school. But it's kind of something that happens, and I think it's just something that they have to address.
I would definitely have to agree with the same thing. It's it's not, I wouldn't really say a promise, but it's they hook you with the associate's degree, and they kind of make it sound like, oh yeah, almost everybody gets it. You will most likely get your associates, but in reality, it's like a really small percentage of people leave within associates. They leave their high school within associates, where in reality, people take like an extra couple years or something, don't even get it.
I see. And have you had any negative experiences so far? Please feel free to explain as much as you like.
Just like summer college for me, it didn't really click with me. I felt like during a normal school year, I'm already pretty burnt out, and I thought I could do summer college, but it's just not for me. I need to have my normal school days in November, during the winter, and then summer. I need to leave strictly for recuperating myself because I couldn't do it.
So some bad experiences I've had is lack of communication from administration to students and parents. I noticed this more recently. So, for example, we have to do this thing called capstone, which is what this project is, and we were never really told about it until our senior years. So, and then they gave us a very short time span to have it done by, or else we'd be thrown into a class to finish it, which is just kind of frustrating because a capstone is to commemorate your last 4 years, and it should be something you're working on 3 or 4 years, so that it's not something you have to do like your last 3 months in your senior year. It just adds on to the stress of being a senior, applying to colleges, doing your last work in a public high school. It's just adding something on top of it, and then being rushed to finish it is very frustrating and very stressful.
I would say the most negative experience I haven't really had any directly because it was mainly just me being awkward, not being able to talk to a lot of people, and then like kind of just like staying away. But a lot of times it would just happen to like my friends and stuff. And as I started being more involved in like service and helping out with like administration and things like that, I started seeing some of like the bad sides of it. Like for example, the school like in my junior year had like obsession with being different from the high school. They threatened to separate graduation for the two high schools, and they would really just like only care if we did events if we were like different from the other school that we were in.
I have definitely had my fair share of directly bad experiences, whether it be with someone on the administration team or a teacher or a fellow student. I'm not going to be naming any names just for privacy reasons, but I did have a teacher who was honestly, I was shocked that she had a teaching certificate. She just could not teach the class at all. Other teachers had to keep coming in to tell her how to teach a class, and she would just ignore all of their instructions and whatnot.
And thank you for telling me your stories. Now then, let's transition to our very last section, the neutral. So, how helpful have teachers and the counselors been with you throughout your high school experience? Were they there to guide you and assist you?
I guess it was about a 50-50. Some would help, some were like a little prejudiced, but I can understand due to being a minority in the STEM field. A lot of biases are pretty help, but for the most part, a lot were encouraging, pushing me to do my best and pushing me to achieve things. And yeah, a lot of my teachers really taught me valuable lessons, some of which I use today.
I would say that the counselor I had in her freshman year was just straight up just useless. She was just not a good counselor. Not to name names again, but she was just not a good counselor. However, now I've been more in contact with my current counselor, and she's been helping me a lot more with just, my wellness in general and staying on top of classes and whatnot.
Very helpful, I would say. Shout out Miss Costello. You've helped me so much. Thank you so much.
I agree.
Too many people smoke. Fire alarms get really annoying. Especially, I think it was last year.
Sophomore year.
Yeah, sophomore year?
Our sophomore year was terrible.
It was terrible. And all that. It happened like a while ago, but like,
It still changed everything.
Yeah.
I agree with everything you said, especially staff helping us out. Like Ms. Costello has helped me like every single year, which is really great for me because I always had that one staff member that I can go to at any time, which is really helpful because I have a lot on my plate lately, and she'll help me get through it all, and it just helps me relax, focus on one thing at a time, and get everything done by the deadlines.
And what is one thing you wish you knew before coming to this high school?
I wasn't ready for college classes, at least over the summer, and even during some of the school year. I struggled with a lot of the college classes because I'm just not ready for it. So many things I have to do in life, not just like outside of school. Like I do a lot of after school activities. Band is a big thing that you majorly do during the fall season, but even after fall we do concerts. We have the parade in spring, and I do swimming as well, and that's very like tiring, mentally straining. Normal high school experience would have been better for me rather than some dual enrollment with juggling high school and college at the same time.
Yeah, so I'm kind of the same way. So two things I wish I had done to better myself before I'd gotten into this was worked on my time management skills. I'm probably the biggest procrastinator some of these guys know. I literally wait until like the day before to do stuff, and I wish I had stopped myself from doing that because now I'm just kind of in that cycle, and that kind of will hurt my grades in college a little bit. But it's just something that I'll have to get over with time. But then also, as Kevin said, that I'm in the band as well, and especially this past college semester, it is during band season, so it's more stress on top of band, which is already very stressful as it is. So I go from I remember it was Monday I had band, Tuesday college class, Wednesday band, Thursday college class, Friday band, Saturday band, Sunday nothing. So I had one whole day where I had nothing, and I also had a college class that was on Mondays during the day. But it was just more and more stuff. Like I was forgetting one of my online classes a lot, so I basically had to make up for everything very quickly after band was over, so that I wouldn't fall super behind.
I guess necessarily I can't know this before going to school, but I wish I knew, my group of people that I felt comfortable with, because in my freshman year it was very tough for me to socialize with a lot of people, and that resulted in me just having a lot of feelings of being lonely at the school and not really fitting in. However, eventually I did find the right people to hang out with. I also wish I knew how to organize myself better and to be more on task with work and time management, because I fell behind in classes a lot.
I wish that I had more confidence, which I understand is something to grow, but I felt that I was kind of held back by like my fear of not being accepted, and I really wish I could have just told myself that if I just put the work in and don't expect to be handed to me and don't expect me to get things easily, then I would have had a much better time. But I am grateful for all the stuff that I've gone through, because now I'm here, I'm at a good place in my life, and I'm going to be constantly growing.
I see, and this comes to my last question. What is something you wish you can change, whether in yourself or in the system?
I would say my confidence levels, due to the fact that I wasn't very confident when I originally started, and I felt as if I wasn't up to it, so I had a bit of imposter syndrome. But if I could go back and tell myself that I can do these things, I would be way off. But I am still grateful for like right now, because I do have a lot of experience I've gained, but I feel like if I had just told myself that I can do it back then, I would have been, way better, more superior place. But I'm happy where I am right now, so.
Similar to Allison, I did touch on this just before, but I wish I could change how I work and time management, organizational skills, because it's something that I do struggle with a lot, and I noticed that it's one of the main reasons that I fall behind in class. One thing I wish I could change in the system at this school is I wish I could change the lack of mental health awareness. Mental health struggles go under the radar quickly here because a lot of students don't necessarily care enough to listen, or they don't really struggle with these mental health issues themselves, so they can't truly relate to these problems. But as someone who has had my fair share of mental struggles in the past, it's a little, I guess, painful to see all of these go under the radar, because I want to, be able to bring more awareness to these struggles for other students. There's a lot of students out there who still need that kind of help and can't get it. Most of the time they can't reach out themselves because commonly they're too shy and feel like no one really cares enough to hear them out. So having something that would make them feel cared for so they can feel comfortable enough to talk about these issues would be beneficial.
I definitely think the branding of our school needs to be changed. How they don't necessarily, they should change it to where it is like not definitive you'll get your associate's degree. Like I understand that's how they want to get their student base, but I just feel like it isn't working, because people will know other people that are coming into high school in the next year. They'll be like, yeah, this wasn't true. We haven't done any college stuff.
Please, they gotta mention the percentage of students that actually leave with their associates, which is kind of low, and really mention how hard it can be. They probably mentioned it, but I feel like it should be emphasized a lot more, because it is very hard to get through some of these classes.
Yeah.
So that incoming students know if they want a normal high school experience that they can enjoy a lot more, definitely go. They can do that. But if there's people that would rather save money, get their college stuff done, they don't really care about the high school experience, then they can do that too. Just be more communicative with that.
Well, I thank you all for your time and contribution to helping me complete this video, and I wish you all the best of day.
You got it.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Oh, we supposed to talk?
And with that, this video comes to an end. This high school has given me so many opportunities, and I have met so many amazing people that I've grown to be great friends with. I would love to talk more and tell you all about the stories I have, but I don't wish to put even more on my plate, so I'll hold those off for a later video. Before I go, I just want to say thank you to all my friends who accepted to help me and accepted to get interviewed. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. With that, take care, y'all, and hopefully see you soon. Llama out.